today we are going back to school, or if you are at school then you're just staying where you are, because I am talking about secondary school memories. Now if you don't know, secondary school is also known as senior school, and I'm not sure how it works in America, but it's basically the school that you go to between the ages of 11 and 16. So when you're at school, there's always a trend on. You've always got to have some sort of, branded clothing or shoes or bags or whatever. And when I was at school, it was Jane Norman bags, with the Jane Norman bags that you get the bags put in as a PE bag. So basically Jane Norman was this shop in the UK. I don't think it's even open anymore. And it was a women's clothing shop. But the sizing only seemed to go up to like a size 6, so I could never actually buy anything from there because the only time I've ever been a size 6 is in my feet. But they did actually sell bags, black, boring school bags, which just had the word Jane Norman on, nothing special. I'll see if I can find a picture. There you go. And they used to come in these multicoloured plastic bags, which were more exciting than the actual school bags that you just paid 30 quid for. If you didn't have a Jane Norman school bag and a Jane Norman carrier bag as a PE bag, then there's basically no point in you coming into school because you were nothing. And the funny thing is, those carrier bags that we used as our PE kits used to break within a week of having them, but we would not throw them away. Oh no, whether it came to tying string around them and using them as handles, sellotaping them up, we would never not be seen without a Jane Norman carrier bag PE kit. Jamie Oliver. Yes, if you're listening, Jamie Oliver, I have a bone to pick with you. You ruined school dinners for the whole of UK. Before Jamie Oliver came along and got rid of everything that we enjoyed, we used to have pizza, turkey Twizzlers, chicken nuggets, chips, everything. Everybody used to love school dinners. And then Jamie Oliver came along, ruined everything. I'm not one to hold a grudge, but I don't think I could ever forgive him for what he did. And our school dinners were the most disgusting things I'd ever seen in my life. The only thing that we had which was unhealthy was this chocolate pudding, which was so thick and disgusting that you could actually stick a spoon in there and lift the dish up with it. You don't believe me? Here's a picture. Now another thing when you're at school is there's always a type of music genre that's really cool to listen to. At the moment, I don't know, it's probably rap music or something like that. I'm not down with the kids anymore, I'm an old woman. But when we were at school, it was this music which sounded like people were on helium. My favourite singer was DJ Booney, and I'll just do an impression for you. DJ Booney, MNX, 2K6. That's how she always used to start her things. DJ Booney, MNX, 2K, whatever the year was. And then the song would go, I wanna be anything a man's got. I wanna give it every little thing I got. Cause you are more than a man needs. I'll finish now before your eardrums explode, but I'll leave one of her songs in my description if you want to check it out. I actually was convinced that that was like good singing, and I used to try and train my voice to be able to sing that high. And then when I had my music lessons with my teacher and the whole class would be like, he'd be like, what is going on? This is not singing, this is screeching. And we'd be like, no sir, you just don't understand what good music is nowadays. Assemblies were at the time the thing I worried about most in my whole life. Back then, when I didn't have to worry about money and food and just life in general, all we worried about was trying to avoid assembly at all costs, because in our school they do rewards assemblies where the people that got the most points for good behaviour got certificates and had to go up in front of everyone. And I was one of the people that were quite well behaved, so I had certificates a lot. So it resulted in me trying to avoid assembly at all costs. And how I did that, I went to extra maths lessons, I went to extra English lessons, I went to Holy Communion. We used to hide under the tables in our tutor so they wouldn't realise that we weren't in assembly. All of that just so I don't get a certificate. Now, let's get to lessons. So at my school, me and my class were in the same class together for 5 years. So we became really, really good friends. We became like a team. And we used to enjoy pranking our teachers. And I don't know whether everyone does this, but it's just, there's something so funny about pranking your teachers. And the things we used to do were literally genius. One of the things we used to do was every time our teacher turned their back, we'd inch our tables forward just the tiniest little bit, and they never noticed until you were literally right behind them. And then another one of the things we used to do was during a lesson, we'd take it in turns and we'd start going like this with our fingers, and then everyone would join in, and eventually when the teacher would finally realise that the whole class was just going like this to her. And we used to just find joy in seeing how long it would take her to realise we were going like this. I don't even know why that's so funny, but it was at the time. And of course, in lessons, you get exercise books, and there was nothing more exciting than finishing your old exercise book and getting a pristine new exercise book. And you're like, right, this is the one that I'm going to keep really neat. No spelling mistakes, no ink blotches, no tears, no holes. I'm going to keep this perfect. Then 2 weeks later, it would end up looking like this. Yes, this is actually a legitimate Amy Corbett exercise book. Ouch! I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. Oh Jesus. Yeah, so that worked out well. And if any of you have ever had the traumatizing experience of having to do English literature as one of your choices, I feel for you, because English literature is the most boring subject there is on the planet, because it's all about overanalyzing things that are just simple. Like, you'll read a story, the dog is on the log. The teacher will be like, yes, so the dog is on the log, but what is the true meaning of that sentence? Is it really that the dog is sat on a log? Or really is it that the dog is sat on its past and is burying itself from the memories that has burned into its mind and ruined its whole life? No, it's a dog that's sat on a log. I have proof. This is an anthology. It's full of poems that we had to analyse in an unbelievable amount of detail. This is a poem called Limbo. I couldn't even find the actual poem under all the analysing. So the poem's about there, and then all this is just over-analysing. Pointless. I don't even know what this is, but it's something to do with analysing, and clearly I got bored because I started drawing angels and writing my name and drawing a face, so that just shows you how much I enjoyed English literature. And when you finally got to your GCSE exams that you just stressed about for the 5 years when you were at school, there is always one person that is ill and just completely distracts you by their coughing and their sniffing and their sneezing, and they always happen to be right next to you. So you just can't even think straight in the exam. It just gets ruined by someone putting you off. But I do feel sorry for the people that are ill, because it happened to me once when I was the ill person, and I spent my whole exam trying to like contain my coughs. So I'd be like, and I ended up getting a U for that exam, so I feel your pain. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you can relate to it. Let me know if you guys are still at secondary school or is it high school in America, I don't know. And what sort of things happen to you now? Is there any sort of things that you do, songs that you listen to, trends that you try and conform to? You know? Let me know. And if you left school ages ago like me, then let me know if anything similar happened to you or other memories you can think of. I would be really interested to know and see if I can relate to you guys. So, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!